Does sleep affect sports performance? The answer to this question may actually surprise you. So let's dive into the science and see just how much sleep affects your sports performance and when it might actually hurt you. Now, before we get started, if you want to get better sleep, you can always grab our Performance Sleep Guide for Athletes ebook. It's totally free. Just head over to cellsauce.com/sleep guide. Now, first, let's explore what happens if you have a crappy night's sleep before your big race, game, or even competition. Now, in 2014, a study was conducted with marathon runners. The runners were asked the morning of the race how they slept, and they had to estimate how they would actually do. Now, 70% of the runners actually reported worse sleep. However, there was no difference between their estimated performance and their actual performance, so what they did. So what it showed was one poor night's sleep didn't necessarily affect their running performance, but it did, however, affect their mood. The runners reported worse mood, more tension, and more fatigue. Now, additionally, studies show poor sleep on a single night affects your submaximal output, but not your maximal efforts. It shows your mood deteriorates before your strength and perceived exertion increases while your endurance will decrease slightly. In short, if you sleep bad one night, you won't be in as good of a mood. Things might feel a bit more difficult. Your endurance will be down a bit, but overall, you'll still be able to perform at a high level. But what happens if you continually get bad sleep over and over and over? Well, in a study using younger athletes, a lack of sleep resulted in increased injury. In fact, athletes who slept an average of less than 8 hours per night were 1.7 times more likely to have had injury compared with athletes who slept for more than 8 hours. Not only does this continuous poor sleep or lack of sleep put you at higher risk of injury, but then your performance does really suffer. Check this out. In a study, they made subjects sleep for either 4 or 6 hours per night for 14 days. And here's what they found. If you have 2 days where you sleep less than 6 hours, your attention and reaction times decrease by 3 times. And you know how when you get tired, you feel like brain foggy? Well, imagine if you stayed up for 48 hours. How do you think your brain would perform? Well, if you suffer from chronic restricted sleep, you would have the same cognitive performance as someone who has been awake for 48 hours straight. And last, there was not a big difference between the decline in performance whether you got 4 hours or 6 hours. So if you're sleeping less than 6 hours, your body could be ultimately suffering. And unfortunately, it may get worse and you may not even know it. So it turns out in these studies, subjects were largely unaware of the cognitive deficits caused by sleep loss. Basically, if you struggle to sleep well, you've forgotten what it feels like to actually feel good and perform well. Additionally, studies with MLB and NFL players suggest that increased sleepiness is associated with decreased career longevity. Plus, sleep deprivation can alter a number of other biological functions. Sleep deprivation can cause how your body metabolizes glucose. It can alter your carbohydrate metabolism, your appetite, your food intake, your protein synthesis. So yes, there is research suggesting that one night of bad sleep doesn't really affect performance. Even multiple nights of poor sleep doesn't really cause major detriment to physical fatigue or cause physical fatigue, but chronic restricted sleep, less than 6 hours, has a major impact on mental fatigue. And mental fatigue has a big impact on physical performance. So if you want to feel good and perform at your full potential, make sure you're getting enough sleep. Now, if you want help with better sleep, you can download our sleep performance guide for athletes. It's 100% free. Just head over to cellsauce.com/sleep guide. Inside the performance sleep guide, you'll find the same methods I teach the professional athletes I work with. And remember, always, if you would, subscribe to these videos and this channel for more science-based videos to help you improve your athletic performance. I hope this helps you out. We'll see you on the next one.